For over a week, President Donald Trump has avoided publicly discussing UAL misconduct allegations made against a Republican Senate candidate he endorsed, Alabama's Roy Moore. Less than 24 hours after Democratic Senator Al Franken became the subject of harassment claims, however, Trump mocked the lawmaker on Twitter. Trump's tweets about Al Franken then prompted responses that in one way or another pointed out an unavoidable fact: the president has had over a dozen allegations of UAL assault made against him. The White House's official stance is that every woman who made an allegation of UAL misconduct about Trump is a liar. On Thursday, Leanne Tweeden, a news host in California, wrote an article saying Franken groped her and kissed her without her consent in December 2006. Franken has since apologized for his behavior and called for an ethics investigation on himself. However, that didn't stop Trump from taking aim at the senator on Twitter. Here are the exact messages from President Trump about harassment claims against Sen. Franken DM, and that inspired those responses on Twitter. The Al Frankenstein picture is really bad, speaks 1,000 words, the president wrote. Where do his hands go in pictures 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 while she sleeps? And to think that just last week he was lecturing anyone who would listen about UAL harassment and respect for women. Leslie Stahl tape. The mention of a Leslie Stahl tape is an apparent reference to a New York Magazine story that details an instance in which Franken allegedly suggested a joke about raping 60 Minutes correspondent Leslie Stahl. The most notable responses to Trump's tweets were far from focused on the mention of Stahl, though. Instead, people on Twitter focused on Trump's own history. The Al Frankenstein picture is really bad, speaks 1,000 words. Where do his hands go in pictures 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 while she sleeps? Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump, November 17, 2017. And to think that just last week he was lecturing anyone who would listen about UAL harassment and respect for women. Leslie Stahl tape. Donald J. Trump at Real Donald Trump, November 17, 2017. One reporter, The Los Angeles Times' Matt Pierce, responded by simply quoting the words Trump could be heard saying on a videotape during which the president mentions grabbing women by the PSSY. I better use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her, Pierce's tweet read. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the PSSY. You can do anything. Another writer, The Washington Examiner's Philip Klein, asserted that Trump's criticism of Franken will please the president's base, despite the allegations that have been made against Trump. This is why Trump supporters love him, Klein wrote. He doesn't care that he looks like a hypocrite given he's on video boasting of groping women, has been silent on Roy Moore. He's just focusing fire on a disgraced Democrat. Conservative writer David French, meanwhile, responded with a much more succinct post. This is exactly the last person we need to hear from on this subject. There were many more responses as well. This is why Trump supporters love him. He doesn't care that he looks like a hypocrite given he's on video boasting of groping women, has been silent on Roy Moore. He's just focusing fire on a disgraced Democrat. https://corn25ukbuff, Philip Klein at Philip Klein, November 17, 2017. I better use some Tic Tacs just in case I start kissing her. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Just kiss. I don't even wait. And when you're a star, they let you do it. You can do anything. Grab them by the pussy. You can do anything. Matt Pierce Eagle at Matt Burse, November 17, 2017. Reminders: one, more than a dozen women accused Trump of UAL harassment in the 2016 campaign. He called them all liars and said he would sue them. Point 2, an audio tape emerged in which he said that when you are famous you can grab them by the pussy. https://concpuya6a5 Chris Siliza at Silizan, November 17, 2017. It seems like it would be hard to grab women by the pussy with one hand, while tweeting about someone else's UAL harassment with the other. Liz Winstead at Liz Winstead, November 17, 2017. Before Trump tweeted about Franken on Thursday night, November 16, the president and his spokeswoman declined to offer a stance on whether Alabama Senate candidate Roy Moore, whom Trump endorsed, should drop out of his December Senate race in the wake of accusations that Moore dated and newly harassed teenagers when he was in his 30s. To date, Moore has denied allegations of wrongdoing. During a White House press briefing on Thursday, Press Secretary Sarah Huckabee Sanders instead deferred to the opinions of Alabama's voters. The president believes that these allegations are troubling and should be taken seriously, Huckabee Sanders said, and he thinks that the people of Alabama should make the decision on who their next senator should be. At the time of the press conference, Sanders also declined to offer a stance on whether Franken should step down from his seat in the Senate. Now that Trump has spoken publicly about accusations against Franken, however, the press secretary might well face questions about why the president was able to comment about the senator from Minnesota, but not Moore. On Twitter, the Alabama Senate candidate drew a distinction between himself and Franken, pointing out that the senator has apologized as opposed to denying accusations against him, which Moore has done. It very well may be a difference that Trump himself points to. Al Franken admits guilt after photographic evidence of his abuse surfaces. Mitch, let's investigate. In Alabama, zero evidence, allegations 100% rejected. Mitch Moore must quit immediately or be expelled. Judge Roy Moore at Moore Senate, November 16, 2017. Still, Trump's criticism of Franken, in conjunction with reports about UAL harassment in Congress, also seems likely to inspire a revisiting of the claims against Trump. Who's up for a week-long media recap of all the UAL harassment assault allegations against Trump, because that's what Trump just opened up. Ben Shapiro at Ben Shapiro, November 17, 2017. Should be fun to press briefing. See how Sanders explains why Trump can weigh in on Franken but not Roy Moore. Philip Klein at Philip Klein, November 17, 2017. The start of that revisitation may have began on Thursday night, when Trump's criticism of Franken inspired responses about accusations made against the president himself.